Hi, Right Writers. Cruz here. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, we're going to be looking at which sentences we kept as our compelling sentences based on the last video that we looked at. And now I'm going to use what we kept to help make a refreshing introduction and hopefully a compelling introduction based on, again, what I kept and what I basically dumped or tossed because they were considered basic sentences. They were not really intriguing the reader. And again, I'm trying to come up with an essay a compelling essay that focuses on who I am as a person, what will I bring to the college campus, and what are some actions that I've taken as a young person to demonstrate that I am an asset to that college campus. And so that's what we're going to be looking at here. So let's take a look at what I kept, and I'll start to construct, an essay, an introduction based on what I've kept. And again, keep in mind, right, writers, this may change. Some students edit countless times, 5 and 6 times before they get it to where they want it. So here's what I kept from my introduction. And that's this sentence here at the top, where I said, however, I was too young to work legally, fragments, bits, and pieces of who I was. As you can see, right, writers, I kept a lot more of my body paragraph, and here's what I kept. The hotel's bright facade hid another world. Dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas, the blunt sounds of the time clock, the smell of bleach and laundry detergent coupled with cigarette smoke. In the humid laundry room was where I met my trainer, a large, welcoming black woman. More checkouts, more deep cleaning, more stripping sheets, more visits to the laundry room, more hustle, quick bathroom wipe down, clean mirrors, made beds, um, fresh towels, refresh on supplies, light dusting, vacuum. Although I thought cleaning 16 to 20 rooms in 8 hours would be the most challenging part, pushing those heavy, obnoxious stainless steel carts with wobbly wheels hurt my back more than bending over toilets and tubs in a fitted light blue polyester dress. Then down below, I had parts of some ideas that I kept were in italics. Plus, the intermittent disruptions caused by large air conditioning units prevented any prolonged conversation. And these were conversations that were had by those of us who had like little breaks here and there. And then in my conclusion, what I kept was fragments, bits and pieces of who I was. I was a crybaby sulking in her tears, clocking in, clocking out, pushing carts, opening doors, cleaning rooms, closing doors, fragments, bits and pieces of who I am today. So, keeping all of this, now I can start to um, begin to see how I can formulate an introduction. And again, I really like this idea of setting the scene, of introducing this world of housekeeping, and I really like this beginning as perhaps an opportunity to make an introduction. And so I'm going to borrow this part right here and start to move this into my introduction. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and move that up to this section here. Start with obviously a capital T. And let's see how this sounds as a possible, again, introduction to hook the reader, bring them into this world for a moment without really knowing maybe what's going on yet. Let's take a look at it as a possible compelling introduction. The hotel's bright facade hid another world. Dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas, the blunt sounds of the time clock, the smell of bleach and laundry detergent coupled with cigarette smoke. And the humid laundry room was where I met my trainer, a large, welcoming black woman. And so right now we're getting this scene of a laundry room, but we're not really into the part where I'm cleaning rooms. And so this is something that is, again, sort of intriguing, because I've pulled the reader in, because again, I'm not really the reader is not really sure, where is she? I know she's in a hotel. Why is she in the laundry room? And so I think this is making this essay definitely um compelling. And I'm sort of looking at this idea of, and maybe this part right here, although I thought cleaning 16 to 20 rooms in 8 hours would be the most challenging part, pushing those heavy, obnoxious stainless steel carts with wobbly wheels hurt my back more than bending over toilets and tubs in a fitted light blue polyester dress. So I like this. Um, in the sense of that scene. And I'm going to move this and see how this would look up at the top in the introduction, and see how this is starting to look, right, writers, as far as, pulling the reader in to what, what my summer looked like. The summer of my eighth grade moving into ninth grade year. The hotel's bright facade hid another world. Dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas. The blunt sounds of the time clock. The smell of bleach and laundry detergent coupled with cigarette smoke. And the humid laundry room was where I met my trainer, a large, welcoming black woman. Although I thought cleaning to 16 to 20 rooms in 8 hours would be the most challenging part, pushing those heavy, and maybe I don't need the word obnoxious, pushing those heavy stainless steel carts with wobbly wheels hurt my back more than bending over toilets and tubs in a fitted light blue polyester dress. Okay, this is definitely getting somewhere. Although I don't know if I need, in the humid laundry room was where I met my trainer, a large, welcoming black woman. And so I can take this part out here, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm not going to delete it, in the sense of I'm going to move it in case I may decide that to keep that for later. But let's take a look at how this is looking um, for the reader, and seeing what we've got here. Let's take it from the top, right, writers. The hotel's bright facade hid another world. Dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas, the blunt sounds of the time clock, the smell of bleach and laundry detergent coupled with cigarette smoke. Oh, although I thought cleaning 16 to 20 rooms in 8 hours would be the most challenging part, pushing those heavy stainless steel carts with wobbly wheels hurt my back more than bending over toilets and tubs in a fitted light blue polyester dress. Now I ask you, right, writers, do we need the hotel's bright facade hid another world? And so if I, and I'm going to move that other sentence that I had taken out before, if I took this out, again, does this make it even more intriguing? Because I'm a little bit unclear about the location. There's this sense of suspense, because we don't really know where we are. The reader doesn't know where we are. We're sort of intrigued even more, and perhaps making it more compelling as far as this beginning of where are we. Let's take it again from the top, right, writers. Dark corridors, dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas, the blunt sounds of the time clock, the smell of bleach and laundry detergent coupled with cigarette smoke. Although I thought cleaning 16 to 20 rooms in 8 hours would be the most challenging part, pushing those heavy stainless steel carts with wobbly wheels hurt my back more than bending over toilets and tubs in a fitted light blue polyester dress. I definitely like and appreciate where that's going, right, writers, in this sense of I've created this sense of imagery I'm also revealing what it is that I'm doing. And that's what I'm cleaning rooms. And so I get this sense that, I don't think I need to talk about a trainer. I don't need to bring up this idea of a hotel, because I sort of describe it and say it and show it rather than just saying it. Let me see what else I have down here in the sense of what it is, that I have as far as the work itself. More checkouts, more deep cleaning, more stripping sheets, more visits to the laundry room, more hustle, quick bathroom wipe down, clean mirrors, made beds, fresh towels. Um, and then I've got at the bottom, you know, uh, fragments, bits and pieces of who I was. I was a crybaby sulking in her tears, clocking in, clocking out, pushing carts, opening doors, cleaning rooms, closing doors. Um, I like this right here. And so I'm going to borrow this. Let's take a look at the top and just sort of see where we are in terms of, again, revealing who I am and this sense of, drive and determination, and seeing if that is, and revealing bits of who I am through this character, um, and coupling that with how that might contribute to a college campus. So let's take it one more time, and then we'll sort of pause for a minute and reflect and critique. Dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas, the blunt sounds of the time clock, the smell of bleach and laundry detergent, coupled with cigarette smoke. And again, do I need to say the smell of? Maybe again, right, or sorry, I'm starting to edit as I'm reading, and I know you guys hate when I do that. Um, I'm going to move this out of the way, because again, I think the smell is apparent. I shouldn't have to say it. And let's take that from the top right, writers. Here we go. Dark corridors and stairways, gray unadorned concrete walls, dingy break areas. The blunt sounds of the time clock, bleach and laundry detergent coupled with cigarette smoke. Although I thought cleaning 16 to 20 rooms in 8 hours would be the most challenging part, pushing those heavy stainless steel carts with wobbly wheels hurt my back more than bending over toilets and tubs in a fitted light blue polyester dress. I was a crybaby sulking in her tears, clocking in, clocking out, pushing carts, opening doors, cleaning rooms, closing doors. Okay, what makes this experience unique? Well, I wasn't really of age. I think also just this idea of doing such hard labor at such a young age, and that demonstrating that determination. But how can I show that? How can I demonstrate that? And then link that into, or combine that with, okay, well, what does that have to do with a college campus? And how does that connect with, you being, and I'm saying you, meaning you, the writer, right, writer, as far as like, if when you're writing your essay, okay, how does that connect to the whole college experience and what you bring to the table? And so again, it's something that I really need to think about. What does housekeeping have to do with, being a hotel, working in a hotel and being this housekeeper? What does that have to do with the college experience? So I'm going to put that question, you know, to you to think about when you're writing your own college essay, and this, use thinking about this common app. What's your theme? Do you have a theme here? you know or are you on some sort of like, what traits do you bring to the table, for this campus? Again, this idea of, there's no doubt that I demonstrate determination. I mean, a lot of students demonstrate determination, a lot of students demonstrate hard work. What is it about me that makes me so darn unique? Why do they want me on their campus? I mean, is it just determination? Is it, hard work? I mean, a lot of students are determined. A lot of students demonstrate hard work. So, this is the question. These are questions, right, writers, that you need to ask yourself. What is it that you bring? I mean, yes, I'm determined. Yes, I bring, no doubt, um, having this, Puerto Rican background, I bring some diversity to the campus. But what is my message here? What do I want this college admissions officer to be thinking about as they're reading my Common App essay? So I leave you with this, right, writers, to think about as we work through this, and I start to, you know, think about a theme. Or do I want to go with this idea of, I want to demonstrate how determined I am, and that how that determination can be used in a college campus? And really, that's a question, I need to think about. you know how am I structuring this essay? What route am I going to take? Because if I'm going the theme route, well, then I want to just have, one overarching theme. So I really need to, come up with a theme for this. Or I can choose to, if I come up with a theme, with this, give several examples of me demonstrating this theme in multiple paragraphs. Do I want to focus on my traits, some traits that I bring to the campus? And I'm not saying, right, writers, that we can't have a both and, both of these can be accomplished. I mean, I think that's definitely possible. But again, just thinking about, to make this compelling, I've really got to think about, okay, well, you know, what which route am I going to go here? Because right now I've got this great imagery, and I think it's starting to reveal who I am as a person and what I bring, to it. I mean, in the sense of, I recognize that I'm, being a crybaby, sulking in my tears, as I'm, cleaning these rooms, and the monotony of it, clocking in, clocking out, pushing carts, opening doors, cleaning rooms, closing doors, and going to the next room. And that again, that monotony, and how monotonous that work is, and recognizing that, that's obviously not the life that I want for myself, and not what I envision. And maybe my theme is, sometimes it's doing something, trying something, and realizing this is not how I want my life to look. And it's that helped me to realize that, oh no, I'm definitely college bound. Because, I can't imagine having these types of jobs, and working in this way. And so that was the catalyst. This was the catalyst to me, changing who I was as a person. Because again, I was in eighth and ninth grade, and becoming this very different, person who I am now. And so really, am I going, did this experience lead to a personal transformation? And so I may want to write that down, right, writers, in this idea of, did this experience, because again, keep in mind that it was between eighth and ninth grade, and I had not started high school yet. So did this experience, um, serve as a catalyst to a personal transformation? So those are some things, that I want to be thinking about, right, writers. And I hope that this video, again, helps you to not just get frustrated with me and just thinking to yourself, Cruz, when is this essay going to be completed? But you can definitely, this is part of the process, and just kind of, you flesh it out, and you write it, and you're like, wow, this is great. This sounds awesome. And yes, it does. I mean, it could work again if you're going for, a school that has a pretty high acceptance rate, but I'm sort of turning in a different direction here and just thinking about, okay, well, let's pretend that I had, straight A's, I had all advanced placement classes, I did everything right. I have the volunteer experience. I've done all of this work, and I'm trying to get to this Ivy League school. I'm trying to perhaps beat the odds and create something that on the surface may seem impossible, um even though I've sort of done everything right, and it's really riding on this particular writing, this essay. And this is the essay that could be, again, the difference between my second and third choice in college versus my pie in the sky, my dream school, that, again, on paper I have it, but it's just, it's the essay that's really going to push me over that edge, over that cliff into that unknown. And so that's really what this is about, right, writers? And again, these are the questions I need to ask myself and I need to work on, and come back to this and create perhaps really more of an outline, and thinking about, well, which direction do I want to go, and maybe looking at multiple directions, creating that outline, and really going back to the drawing board, right, writers? Because again, this this could be the difference between, again, um, you know going college or going pro, in the sense of, like, if we're talking about from an athletic standpoint, or are you going to the minor leagues, or are you wanting to, jump right into the major leagues? So I hope that's this video is helpful, right, writers, and that, again, you really just start to look at your own writing and forget my essay, but really just look at your own work and saying, is this good enough? Is this going to get me um, to that place? Anyway, right, writers, I digress. And I hope, again, this video makes you think for a minute about going back to the drawing board and scrapping what you have, and let's go back to the beginning and thinking about, what direction am I really going with here to get me to that Ivy League school, making it compelling, and every word, every sentence count. All right, right, writers, thank you so much. Again, still working with Common App prompt number 1. Okay, right, writers, take care. Bye bye.